Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Project Zomboid Tallahassee Apocalypse, which originally streamed live on Twitch. No? Honestly, that just makes me more uncomfortable. Expert tailoring. Do I need you? I do. I actually don't have any tailoring books, so that will be my first. And then first aid for beginners, I definitely don't. Alright, I think it's a zombie that's outside, just sort of like lurking the outskirts. Thrugdor! Thanks for joining the Discord and then a stream, dude. I saw you join Discord, what, yesterday? Oh, a new leather jacket. If I had a hat, hats off to you, but I don't have a hat. Oh yeah, here he is. Wow, I smashed him into the mud. He don't even exist anymore. I don't have a lot of time, but oh god, that's a lot of zombies there. I don't have a lot of time before my next show, so I'm gonna call this exploratory mission over, put everything away, and get ready for the show. So let me update the map. That would be adding symbol of cleared here. The quest for a car not going so well. Maybe I'll try to just cut through the fence and go directly southwest from where I am. Oh, my home has intruders. Hey, you. Eat boot. Obviously, I'll have to pull the cake and chips out. They don't belong in there. Dirty leather strips, probably not either. Where are the band-aids? Anything else? Pop. Yeah, good enough. I don't really care about the rest. Again, I'll sort everything nicely when it matters, when I have a permanent base. This is not my permanent base. You didn't know you could mark your map that way? Oh, the show. Yeah, it's very, very useful if you find a map for the area that you're in. So this should be carpentry. And Kakata, thanks for the bits. And Neely Prawn, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. All right. Sped through that, so it didn't take too much of my time. What do you consider in-game? Yeah, in-game would be surviving the winter. Probably. It really is, I mean, it's a sandbox game, so it's entirely up to you to define what in-game is. The game doesn't tell you to do anything. You know? So, since it's so sandbox, end-game, for all intents and purposes, could be just living a day. Or, you know, it's totally self-defined. Oh, I forgot to put this stuff away. Salt and pop should probably be pulled out, but everything else can stay. As a new player, living today is your in-game? Yeah, and that's totally legit. Don't let anyone shame you into dying. Zomboid is all about dying and learning how to play a little bit better every time you die. I'm going to consult the map for a second, so here you can follow along if you want. I'm going to look to see if there's any big parking lots around where I am. Northeast of me is the biggest parking lot, so I'm going to head northeast. After I eat a little bit more. Come on. It's harder than it looks? Yeah, it is. I would say it's very easy to get extraordinarily unlucky, or to put yourself into situations that get you killed really, really, really fast if you don't know what you're doing. That's probably the challenge of Zomboid, according to me, is if you have the knowledge of how to survive, the actual fight part, like, you know, it doesn't require like a lot of it requires a lot more knowledge than skill. It's not a game where like you can drop 1,000 hours into it to become highly skilled. It's like once you know how to fight like 3 zombies, you know how to fight zombies. It's a, you know, but the knowledge of situational awareness and what to do and stuff like that, that's what comes with time. What items are important and, you know, those kind of things. And that's not something that's going to be obvious to a new player. This is very new player unfriendly for that matter. Oh, that parking lot looks terrible. This guy has a big iron on his hip. Correction? I do. Oh, I'll even take your holster. And stick the gun in my holster. You won't need it. Alright, this parking lot. So this is a food mart and laundromat. This building here. And obviously there's no cars parked in the back of it. Trying to move to the front of it is a little sketchy because there's some company. It's not exactly clear, and it doesn't look like the parking lot is all that empty either. So one of the things that you could do is to crouch and hit Q, which is a whisper. And it can maybe pull, if you have large groups like this, it can pull a few zombies from the large group over to you so that you can clear it more efficiently or more safely. So right now I have 3 or 4 zombies following me instead of the 15, which would be a death ball. Also, sneaking only levels up when zombies don't see you, so don't bother sneaking when you're already spotted, because sneaking also requires a lot of stamina, so it's a very tiring activity. And there's no point in tiring yourself out unless you're actually gaining skill. That's something I see new players do a lot, including myself before I learned how sneaking worked. Did you guys just die? There we go. I should take beta blockers before I fight any more of these. Now, I really only want to see into the parking lot, see if there's any car keys or anything like that. So I'm going to hug the building and take out these. Okay, those two already just spot me. And I'm starting to get tired, which means I'll become increasingly less effective in combat. If you're fighting a duo like this, definitely, for new players, stand on one of the zombies, because they won't be able to stand up, and that shuts them down. Thank you for the cigarettes. Thank you, lady, for your smoking addiction. Vitamins would help counteract the tired debuff that I have, but I was gonna go for a killing blow stab, but that's not gonna work. 80. Thanks for the follow. Alright, there are some vehicles out here. There's a little bit of hope. I'm going to try to sneak past this group because I have no interest in fighting them. Not yet. So what I'm looking for is keys that are visibly on the ground, which I see none. So then I'm hoping for keys that I find in people's pockets or in the glove boxes. But, oh god, that whole swarm just spotted me somehow. So I'm going to casually walk away. I'm also going to put the nightstick in my belt loop, so I have a second weapon if I need it. Wow, that Magnum was in terrible shape. Okay, only one pulled. So I think the best approach, if I want to search this parking lot, is to spend the sweat and tears, hopefully not blood, to clear this group systematically and carefully. I'm not really going to be able to easily loot, and I essentially don't want to piss off this swarm and have them combine with other groups and turn into some sort of zombie nightmare. Cheers. Yeah, no car but a backpack this time. Exactly. Oh, I've got 3 now. Also to new players, never walk through the woods if you can help it. Sight lines are everything. So if you're walking through thick tree cover, you're not going to be able to see zombies until they bite you. And don't run through the woods either, because you'll hurt yourself. You'll actually take damage. Which is hilarious for new players to do to themselves. Maybe one more group from this before I get... I'm already tired. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna take that guy out and then play it safe. Plus my crowbar is really holding up. It's one of the higher durability weapons, so... Oops. Yeah, I'm not forgetting my shows, but there is no show tonight. So there's really nothing to miss. It's a show about building campfires, which actually doesn't teach you anything. Teaches you the recipe for campfires, I think, which I suppose is useful, but... Oh, if you're new and you get an infection, don't worry about an infection. Infections don't mean any... Well, they do mean something. You'll probably want antibiotics, or at least to keep it clean. But zombie infection never shows up on your health bar. So if you get an infection, it's actually just a good old regular bacterial infection of the wound. It is not zombieism. That's something the game doesn't really inform you of. The zombie virus does not read as infection, so yeah, totally don't worry if you just get a regular infection. That's not a big deal. Alright, I'm gonna bring this shelf back home. Yeah, regular infections. If you get a regular infection, consult the map that you have and head to the nearest, like, medical clinic. Because medical clinics, or dentistry or something like that, they're gonna have a lot of antibiotics, typically. Or pharmacies, something like that. What can you do for colds and flus? There are some forageables that you can consume from foraging to help with colds, and also having tissues on you help to stifle your sneezes, so your sneezes don't make so much noise and alert zombies. I think there's some other things that you could do for colds and flus, but I'm blanking at the moment for what they are. I want to rotate this way. Drunk on Life, I like the name. Thanks for the follow. I really didn't loot anything in that loot run, did I? No, really not at all. I suppose I'm also clearing out the food mart, so it would probably be quite wise for me to try to loot it before all of the fresh produce in there goes bad. How's it going? It's going pretty good, man. Thanks for asking. Pretty good, dude. So here is rest. When you're tired, you can rest, and that recuperates. And if you sit, it even gets better. What that does is it removes your exhaustion. Sitting on the ground helps to remove exhaustion, and then the rest helps to remove exhaustion, and doing both is even better. So if I sit on the ground and then hit rest, your posture will change, and this is helping to recover your stamina. It's particularly useful if you have a character that is overweight or unfit or whatever, those traits that give you terrible stamina gain. So, just figured I'd mention that. What happened to the last female character? It's on YouTube if you want to know. So here's the show that teaches me campfire, and as you can see, I didn't actually learn anything. But I should. In Survivalist, campfire kit. I don't actually think it taught me that, though. Yep. You know what I could do? Let me go ahead and wash all my clothing. And then wash myself. So fresh and so clean. Listening to the weather report. And continue reading. It's a lot of generators. I've even found one more generator. Do they have dehydration? Yes, they do. I just haven't grabbed the fourth generator that I found. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I don't need to hoard them like that. Come on, weather. There we go. Weather's always top of the hour. Clear skies. Mild. Clear skies again. Easy peasy, no problem. Oh, and then thick fog. Is that the full report? I think so. I am going to need to start cooking things, so let me cook up some chicken, I guess. I suppose while I have the, oh, wow, that's stupid. I don't have bandages on me? Shame. While the oven's on, I might as well sterilize some bandages, but I don't know where my bandages went. Here. Here they are. But I had other bandages, too. Nope. Not the adhesive ones. Oh, here they are. So the sterilized ones are going to go into the golf bag, and then the non-sterilized ones are going to get sterilized. To sterilize bandages, just boil water, and it consumes a little bit of water, and that's the way to do it. All right, so now the chicken is not... I'll just cook it on the stove. I'm not going to make it into a meal. My guy's not upset enough for proper cooking to matter. All right, I am dreadfully tired. So it is time to turn in. Day 4. Do I have an infection? No. I haven't been hurt at all. No, nothing's even touched me. I think my cookbook is going to be obsolete real soon. No. I have 2 more. Yeah, no, it won't be obsolete. So here are some infomercials, and then we'll get through the cooking show. So today is cooking, carpentry, foraging. And I just leveled up in cooking. I'm level 3 now. Having read a pretty decent amount of cookbook intermediate. Alright, the thick fog setting in, but that actually could help me if I'm trying to sneak around zombies. The thick fog can cover me a little bit. Alright, I have just shy of 6 hours to try to clear more of the path to find a vehicle. So let's not waste that time. We're headed north towards the food mart in hopes that one of the cars out there can be used. Oh, why do I have the Magnum? Darn it. I did not mean to keep that in my backpack. Pathing through forest like this is a little sketchy. But I still have some pretty good sight lines because it's not that thick. Oh, man, there's some zombies on my left. Am I able to make traps? Yeah, I could make traps. I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. Hey, a Rosewood map. So a Rosewood map is like an annotated map, but with nothing on it. I don't need it, so I'm going to give it back to the zombie. Because I'll just use my annotated map. I see a zombie here, or 2. Smush. Such good sounds. Alright, it's locked. It's fine. Nothing like stealing garbage bags, right? So this is the food mart. And I want to get to the food before it spoils. So once it spoils, it can't really be used. That's not entirely true. You can actually cook with spoiled food if your skill's high enough. But it makes you sad and it doesn't have as much nutrients. Boy, this is just a massive volume of canned goods. Dry goods. Yeah, this is the mother load. But none of this was due to spoil, so it's not that necessary that I'm looting it now. Because it's not like it's going to go bad. I could come back here anytime and grab it, as long as the building doesn't burn down. But I'm going to grab it anyway. Because there's also the chance that this building becomes overrun. And I won't... Ooh, coffee. Yes. And if it became overrun, it would be really hard to loot it. It's also possible that my little starting loot house becomes overrun. Sounds like that zombie snoring. I am so over-encumbered right now. It's like me unloading the car for groceries. Just one trip. Just one trip. Losing all the circulation in my fingers like I have Raynaud syndrome. Just one trip. That was a lot of pasta and rice. As you can see, the grocery store has a ton of other things too, so I'm going to want to come back and check it out for all it's worth, right? But let's see. I don't exactly have the carry weight for this stuff. Let's break the back. It's also good to know that there are these types of shelving units here too. Getting a lot of sugar, which is good for canning. So sugar and vinegar in jars can be used to turn things that you grow in your farm into jarred goods, which lasts and keeps a lot longer. So preparing for the winter, you should collect sugar, vinegar, jars, and jar lids, as that is fairly essential for winter prep. Things will still grow in the winter, but it's nice to have jarred goods just in case you've got devil's water fungus or some other disease that kills off your crops. I sure hope no zombies fight me. I am so encumbered. Like, this right here is my run speed. I guess because I'm running home, I might as well run. Because I'll rest when I get there. Alright, most of this is all food, so I'm going to put it away in the dry good shelves. Ah, crap, I hear a zombie hitting something. I don't want it to break a window. Kotetsu, thanks for the follow, man. Alright, I unloaded some of my burden. Excuse me. So, you can also see that my swing speed was a lot slower because I was encumbered. Encumbered fighting is a lot less effective, which is why I really didn't want, you know, zombies to mess with me, but no chance. I got messed with. But it would be worse to let the zombie break my window and then have a huge base vulnerability. How's it going? It's going pretty good, man. How's it going for you? I've got no complaints. Smooth sailing so far. Just found myself about 50 kilos worth of dry goods, so that helps a lot. And this cupboard is full. Awesome. All right, next cupboard. The zombie bamboozled me. Yeah, I straight up didn't see it coming in. I was really surprised that it immediately started pounding on the door. Means that it was really close by and lurking. Did the update sound? Yes, significantly. If you type out !patch notes, I have a full link to the complete patch notes for your convenience. But primarily, the current patch here changes sound and graphics, as well as shows that can be taped and watched later. That would be the big ticket patch notes. I think what I'll do is wait until the show. I'm not, with 2 hours left, I'm just going to do some reading and relaxing. And go back to the grocery store later. No, that's not how to rest. Don't be weird. I might need to move some of the freezers over too, depending on how much fresh produce is there. The thing about fresh produce, which I should mention, is produce. Let's say produce lasts for a week, and if you freeze it, it will last for a month. If produce is left unfrozen for 3 days or 3.5 days, if you freeze it, it will only last for 2 weeks. It extends its shelf life, or whatever you want to call it, but only as a proportion as how much has already rotted. So the sooner I get to clear out the fresh produce in the grocery store, the sooner I can preserve the food to be used. All right, there we go. So I have leveled up in carpentry yet again. And we'll eat a snack, have a cig, and then head back. Oh, there's not a lot of good... I'll just eat... Oh, I don't know. I'll eat the beef jerky or something. I don't want to spend so much time... I don't want to spend so much time preparing food. I'll eat some of the non-perishables, because I think it's fairly finite. Or it's fairly... Not finite, the opposite of finite. It's fairly infinite. I have a lot of dry goods already, so I'm not that worried about that. So peanuts and beef jerky. Head to the ball games. Oh, I also want to remove this dude's corpse from the base. Hey! Schultzy. I am good, man. How are you? The fog is lifted. That's a kindness. I can actually see what I'm doing. Taking a look at the skills. I'm pushing to level 4 cooking. And just started level 4. The push for level 4 carpentry. So that's good. Those will be useful. Only one zombie impedes me to the market. Hey, you. And that's a look. Bright blonde afro. If I get a freezer, will I need a car to haul it? I should be able to carry one freezer with me, but not likely to. Oh, they also have a water cooler. All right, so I'm here for the perishables, so I'm gonna ignore everything else for now. There also might be some shotguns underneath the counter, maybe. No, these don't have shotguns. I see him. It's actually, like, not a ridiculously terrible place to live. Not that I'm planning on it. Oh, no, I'm getting drowsy already? Damn. If I have a sledgehammer to remove the stairs, it's kind of comfortable up there. Alright, oh, you have vitamins. To fight my fatigue, I'm just gonna, like, eat the vitamins. No, I think I'll be alright. I'm just looting at this point. The icy freezers are going to be the best freezers for me to grab. So here we go. Broccoli. Lemons, grape, pineapple, yeah. I need to make a loot to the golf bag. Oh, cabbage already rotted. Yep, that'll happen. Doesn't stay fresh forever. So like this lettuce is on its way out. Totally fine to cook with. A little unhappy to eat raw. But when I get home, I'll freeze it. A lot of pineapples. Fancy, fancy. And pie. Bread. No longer fresh bread, mind you. Already starting to go stale. If you're starting a new playthrough, and you have like a grocery store near you, and you have the ability to loot it early and throw the things into the freezer, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Because living off of fresh food is a lot better than living off of canned stuff, because the canned stuff lasts forever, whereas the fresh food has a very limited shelf life. I'm also going to try to bring the popsicle fridge home. It's the most power efficient for its size freezer. Yep, and it all fits. Raptor, that's not going to happen in that series. We're missing the precept for it. Alright, I do hear something bashing. But... is it this door? No, I don't think it's that door. That was productive. I got maybe 25 kilos of fresh produce and a freezer. Am I still carrying the dead body? No. You can't carry a weapon. You can't have a weapon equipped like this if you're holding a dead body. So if you see a weapon in your hand, you know you don't have a dead body on you. The same is true of generators. Dead bodies, generators, the antique stove, maybe just those three objects require you to use both hands to carry them. So, why is carpentry in green? Because it's recently learned. It shows you what you've most recently learned. It's like a recency thing. The antique stove is wood-powered, yes. Yes, it is. Oh, there's zombies in the backyard. I'm gonna sneak in and try to offload my stuff before pissing them off. They're probably gonna hear me, with my luck. Oh, come on. So all of my fresh produce I'm just throwing straight into the freezer. And then I'll thaw it out when I want to use it. Maybe not the nails, though. Isn't the antique stove antique powered? It's fuel based. Very handy for surviving in the winter. Look at that. What a beautiful haul. Now this is only as good as long as my generator, or as long as the power's on, or the generators are generating. This doesn't help me at all if I lose power. I'm not going out that door. Sounds like they're sitting on it. And yeah, I have a lot more room in this freezer. I filled one half with 18 kilograms of food, and then that's 18 out of 60. Is that zombie wearing clothing? I think it's just the most unfortunate shade of clothing. Yep. It was just the most unfortunate shade of clothing. She did have a leather jacket in mint condition, though. I have not found the how to use a generator yet, no. So, those generators are not helping me at all. Not yet. Alright, I'm tired. I'm hungry. Let me eat my cake. It's not fresh cake, so it's a little boring to eat, but I don't care. Are those in mailboxes? Yeah, you can find them in mailboxes. So tonight should be trapping, I think? Or foraging? Foraging. What book had I started? Oh, the cookbook. I'll probably end up finishing the cookbook. Yeah, cookbook's done. Oh, I'm not going to walk away from a lesson. Exposure survival. So, this is day 4 foraging lesson. And it should level me up. Yeah. No, it won't level me up. I'll be 10 shy from leveling. It should go to 65 out of 75. Unless... Yep, 65 out of 75. There it is. I am way too tired to continue fighting or scouting, because that would be a very dangerous thing to do. So, instead, I'm going to retire this crowbar. I have another crowbar. I guess we're doing long blunt. Normally I do short blunt. But this time seems like I'm long blunt. So using the almost mint condition crowbar just for safety's sake, because I wouldn't want it to break mid-fight or anything like that. And let's find a book that I can start reading for downtime. I could do foraging for beginners. Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. That's a contender. Trapping intermediates, can't read that. That's too high level for me. Cooking intermediates just finished. I'll consult my paper. 1 second. So, I don't have carpentry intermediate book. I have first aid or foraging. Yeah, so between first aid and foraging, I'll do foraging. I spend like an hour or two reading this foraging book because I'm too tired to go out. And let's then go to sleep. So I got through about a quarter of the book. I'm glad I could entertain you during your boring work day. Well, what do you do for work? DS5K? All right, morning of the 5th. That's the cooking lesson. And before I leave today, I want to get the radio on and listen to the radio report before heading out to try to clear more of the grocery store. Because I think there's a lot left in that grocery store. What I might end up doing is leaving all the non-perishables in the grocery store. All the things that are obviously not going to decay, and deal with that later. Looks like pretty clear weather. Yeah. I think we're in the clear for that. I had a fry pan over here, I think. Trying to do just scrambled eggs. That was a saucepan, but I'm pretty sure I had a frying pan. Where is it? Here it is. Great stir fry. I don't know what kind of stir fry you're making. Chopping an egg. A weird one. Don't add any more than 3 of the same ingredient to a stir fry, by the way. Or it kills the unhappiness. That sounds like an interesting job. So much for your 6-egg special? Yeah. Don't do more than 3. I mean, you could. You could if you really needed the calories, but it's going to make you unhappy. You'll need to offset it with some sort of entertainment. I very much appreciate now that the stovetops make noise. That way you can't accidentally leave them on. Well, I mean, you can, but you'll be informed. It's kind of nice. I'll just put the fry pan back on. Radio comes off. And I've got 4 more hours to head to look for cars. Nice, fresh, and ready to go. Has the church group moved on? Nah, they're still hanging about. Those cars are still pretty well guarded. What about this group down here? There's only a few of them left. That's much, much, much better. Am I thinking of making the church the main base? You know, I'm honestly not even sure. I'm not even sure I'm going to live in Riverside now, or Rosewood rather. So I tend to like buildings that have flat 2-story roofs, and honestly, the grocery store here, see that door there? This grocery store supermart wouldn't be a bad choice for a base. And yeah, you can burn any building down, even brick buildings. There's no concept of building material. All things can be set on fire. You could hypothetically burn every building in Project Zomboid to the ground if you were a pyromaniac and productive enough. Cars don't burn, but buildings go up. Die quicker! We're up to 4. me see if I can't get one of them snagged in the trees. Nope. We're back up to 4 again. Uh-oh. I missed. I'm starting to swing ineffectively because of my high panic level, so I'll take the beta blockers. Beta blockers take a minute to kick in, though. And there they go. Kick. They kicked. Cigarettes. Well, that snowballed, but that's okay. What to do with all the downstairs windows? You would just live upstairs and demolish the stairwell so that nothing could come up to you. So I might end up doing that. I think what I'll do is I'll poll once it becomes time. So before I go into the next fight here, I'm going to sit on the ground and do a little reading just to recover some stamina before fighting the next group. Oh, crap. That was bad. I should have been more in the open. It didn't hit me, though. My guess is it damaged some of my clothing. No, oddly enough, it didn't. No, it did. It damaged the left forearm of my my leather coat. I got lucky. I won't be doing that twice. Didn't one of them have a leather coat? Yeah, one of the zombies did have a leather coat. So I'm gonna switch to... I'm gonna find it and switch to it. Oh, a West Point map. So who had the leather coat? It was one of the ladies that I killed early on. And my leather jacket that I'm wearing now, I'm gonna rip up to reclaim the leather in it. God, who had... Well, I have leather jackets at home if I really need them. But I swear one of these guys had a leather jacket. I just don't know where they are. Oh, boy. There's a new group wandering towards me. Oh, well. I'm not going to worry about the leather jacket. I'm going to continue. I'll put one on when I get home. Whatever. Leather jackets are common enough that I don't need to sweat it. I am surprised I haven't found helmets yet, though. That's a little odd. No headwear. No, that's not true. Don't I have a welder's mask? I could be wearing a welder's mask full time, but that would just look strange, I think. Oh, was it? Here it is. Oh, it's already ripped up. Oh, well, whatever. I'll wear a slightly torn up one. It's still better than nothing. And this one is torn up around the groin, I think. Good. That's exactly what I need. Yeah, clothing can save you. Tailoring is an amazing skill because it improves clothing. And it's something I haven't been focusing on because I don't have the skill book for it yet. But as soon as I get the skill book, you better believe I'm going to start tailoring my everything. Alright. I'm going to start fighting towards the cars. So we're going to need a vehicle for the chopper event. What is your thoughts? I know I could pull for it, but what are your thoughts about just hiding out for the chopper event rather than trying to flee? Because there's another strategy where when the chopper's incoming, you can just be indoors all day, and if you stay away from the windows and keep the windows covered, the chopper can't find you, and therefore won't track you. So as long as I'm listening to the radio reports and I know when the chopper's incoming, which it will say It will tell you when it's incoming. I can just hide out for the day, and that way I don't have to abandon my base. And yeah, the melee sounds are new. Oh, nice. Toilet paper helps to suppress, I mean, it even says it helps to suppress sneezes and coughs. Oh, we're in. A Riverside map. But no keys. You guys think I should give it a shot? I'm gonna poll you all. I'm gonna pause for just a second. How should I handle the helicopter? Hide out, or flee. I'm not gonna put a timer on this because I'm happy leaving it open. So we have a Chevy Dart key, which is this car. Little toy walkie-talkie. I'll check the fuel gauge in a minute. Another thing I could do is to start trying to siphon all the fuel that is in and around this parking lot and stick it into the Chevy Dart. It's a pretty meh vehicle. As I'm sure all of you are aware, it's really not a sexy car, but hey, it's first set of wheels. So, didn't this have a jerry can? Where did that jerry can go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so if you right-click on it and you don't see siphon, it has no gas. But you can also check under the hood like this, which no one in the history of mankind has ever checked if the car has gasoline by opening up a hood. But it's a video game, so cut it some slack. If you're getting a little bit of buffering, just restart the stream. I don't have any drop frames on my end, and I don't think the latency... So the latency is either coming from... It's either coming from Twitch or just browser lag. No walkers. I hate crawlers, whatever it is. Pressing V will also give you the siphon in the menu. Oh, good call. Oh, and there's even more coming. I don't like hitting V normally because it hides the UI, which can be unfortunate in times when you need the UI open. So that's why I don't... I suppose you could rebind the vehicle interaction key to something other than V, which is also the hide UI key. It's something that I find a little stupid of a PZ, where trying to, like, tow a vehicle and hiding your entire UI is on the same bind. Doesn't make any sense to me. The watch use. Thanks for the follow. And Shrimsy, thanks for the gifted sub. Alright, so taking a look at the parts here. The brakes suck on this car, but it probably doesn't matter because it has no horse... Oh, why does it have 360 horsepower? Holy crap. That's a lot of horses for a car that size. I also see the time that I am missing some carpentry. As long as I'm not around a TV, it should be okay. But I'll get back to check that out in a second. So there is a little bit of gasoline here in this car, and I'm going to siphon it from this car over to the car I have the keys to. Actually, I might even have the keys to this. Let me check. I do not. Add gasoline. No, it's not. As long as I'm not around. As long as I'm not around any TVs, the show might not kick off before I get there. My stories. I hope I turned off all the TVs in the houses around me. That's a wall. Carpentry up. It waited. Sort of. I might not get all the XP ticks, but whatever. I got a car, so, you know, there's that. Thank you for watching Project Zomboid Tallahassee Apocalypse, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 23rd. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as a link to Discord, where you could join and sign up for notifications and announcements, and chat with me in real time. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, Zombie Slayers.